Shalom, shalom. Peace, Israel. This is your brother Yaquab from the Camp Pops in Babylon Camp down here in Tampa, Florida. I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chaha Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who do indeed teach you well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful less God abroad. Today's lesson, I want to touch up on money and all these athletes, these rich athletes getting in a whole bunch of trouble, involving their money. Okay, I seen earlier you had Zion Williamson, the NBA player, accused of rape, and you have Lil Wayne. He said before, "Oh no, this ain't paradise." So nothing is what it seems in this life, man. Especially dealing with money and when you're getting high up. So the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10 says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." For the love of money is the root of all evil. All right, money isn't evil, but the love of it is evil, because if you love money, you will do anything to get money. You know how rappers talk about it in the song and stuff. If they put 50,000 on somebody's mom's head, the person would kill their own mother for that money. So you got a lot of, you got a lot of Jake that's down here really down and out, and they'll do anything for money. And that's not a way to live. No, that's not how you're supposed to be through the spirit. You got a Jake that'll kill their own brethren for money, man. It says, while some coveted after they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. You erred from the faith and pierced yourself through with many sorrows. With that money comes problems, man. A lot of those folks that have money, the rich folks, they'll tell you when you start getting money like that, life doesn't get better. It actually gets kind of harder, more complicated. People turn on you, family leave you. Now everyone wants you to take care of them because they know what you have, man. It all doesn't come to fruition. But with this truth and with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and the Lord told us the brothers to be content. The Lord may throw us a bone here and there. You might come across some money, but being in this truth, you're not gonna come across $1 million scratch-offs like how these people do. Like no crazy amounts of money. The Lord is gonna keep us content, and the reason for that being is so that we don't err from the faith, man. All right, you give a nigga $1 million, man. It ain't no telling where that guy's gonna be at, man. All right, you give a Jake $1 million, Jake gonna destroy himself. Okay, it says, I'm gonna grab this. It says, no man, Matthew chapter 6 and verse 24, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. So you can't serve two masters, man. You got a lot of these people out here getting money, and they'll like to say they thank God, but what God are they talking about, man? They talking about that money. They talking about Esau. All right, because Esau is their God that's giving them that money, man. Esau is the one blessing them, which ultimately, through the left hand side, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is in control. But these people that's getting money, man, they don't consider the Lord. They're worried about filling their pockets up. Scripture say they cast away their bowels, man. All right. They'll either take the life of a loved one, or they'll bend over that black couch, man. You know what happens after that? They blackmail you. That's what you have right now going on with this whole Diddy case as well. All right, you see it. You see what money brings, man. He was trying to bribe people to do certain things, man, certain wicked things, bribing people with money offers, man. And he said it himself. He was that gateway to make it through the industry. You got to go through Diddy. You got to go through him. So you got to do some wicked things for money in this life, man. In Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19, it says, lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. All right, we're not laying up treasures here, man. Brother's not trying to buy a whole bunch of land and have businesses and houses and all these different things, man. All right, people can easily break through, steal, your business can go out, man. All these different types of things, they're corruptible. What we're striving after is incorruptible, man. No one can take our treasures, man, from our works that we have done for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. No one can take that from us, man. It says, but lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, right? That's what brothers are doing. With every lesson, every camp, all the studying, the praying, the fasting, man, you're laying up treasures for yourself, man. All right, and ultimately, brothers are already rich, all right, rich in spirit, rich in faith. All right, but when that time is right and the Lord bestows the kingdom of heaven upon earth, the Lord blesses us, then you're going to see that physical wealth, man. Not one Israelite is going to be poor in the kingdom of heaven, man. right? Even the Jake that you see on the side of the street asking for money, he's gonna be richer than the richest man on earth. He's gonna be richer than Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and all these different Bill Gates, all of them combined, man. You know, wealth is not even gonna be, our wealth isn't gonna be able to be measured in the kingdom of heaven, man. It says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, right? And where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So you have a lot of people that are rich on this side, and their heart is here in Babylon, man. All right, they got the money, the cars, the clothes, the hoes. They got all that, and their hearts are down here. Jake think this is heaven. Jake think, well, this is the end all be all. I'm rich, you know. I'm gonna live it up until it's my time to go. But in all reality, this is temporary, man. Scripture said the fashion of this world pass away, you know, and the dollar is about to be done away with, man. And what's the next form of payment and currency is the MOTB, that digital currency, man. You know, so that love of money is gonna be the downfall to a lot of people, because if you love that money, you're gonna go take that charagma, man. If you love money, you're gonna go take that charagma, and you're gonna be hit with a nuclear missile, man. It goes on to say, let me grab this. Let's grab this. Grab this. It says, Luke chapter 16 and verse 11. It says, if therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit, or Salakia, if therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? Salakia, let me open them up. He that is, it's like Luke 16 and 10, he that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much, and he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit your trust the true riches? And if ye have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own? This is Yahushua speaking. Let me grab this. And this is back up earlier in Luke. It says, no servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. Yeah, so basically going back to it, man. All right. You got to commit yourself to the true riches, you know, the true faith. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, because the money here, man, this Mammon is not true riches. All right, you're gonna commit yourself to money, and come to find out in the end that it was unprofitable unto you, man. It didn't have any value. Okay, it's just paper. Okay, and in that time when the Lord returns, man, you can't bargain with Yahweh Shem Yahushai with money, man. You had Kanye said in the song, I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven, but when I woke up, I spent it on a necklace. You know, so that's how these niggas are thinking, man. You got Jake that's running money up there, really think they can give it all to Yahweh Shem Yahushai when the Lord returns, but the Lord gave you that money, man. All right. Let me grab this. Like what it's going into. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, and verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. There's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. You know, covetous, it says, having a craving for possession. You know, that want spirit. You know, that's really a hoarder type spirit with money. You can be a hoarder of money. It says, for such as one set his own soul to sell. These people set their soul to sell. They sell their souls. You hear that now? People talk about they selling their souls for fame, for money. You know, it says, because while he liveth, he cast away his bowels. And let me grab this so Jake can really understand. Bowels, the interior part, the deep or remote parts, going into your intestines, like bowel movement. All right, these Jakes really give up that booty hole, man, for the bag. You know, these Jakes giving up, you know, their backward parts for that bag, man. That's what you have to do on this side, man. You know, and how about Shimmy Awashai ain't dealing with nobody doing that. Okay, this is why the Lord has us content. You know, brothers don't want for much. We get our daily bread, and that's that, man. You know, brothers not trying to seek to be millionaires, trying to seek to, you know, make it out the hood, as all these people say, man. No, we trusting in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. The Lord is gonna provide and sustain us, man. You know. So with that, I would like to give our glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Hakadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who do indeed teach with well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful that scattered abroad. Till next time, I do say shalom and Baba Ball soon.